Air raid sirens echoed across Ukraine once more. The night sky lit up with explosions. But this time, military analysts were not only watching the swarms of drones, nor were they focused solely on cruise missiles. One weapon stood out. The Iskander-M. Russia has once again launched a large-scale coordinated airstrike. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, a total of 358 aerial attack systems were involved. These reportedly included long-range drones, Kh-101 cruise missiles, Kalibr cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. Meanwhile, Russia's Ministry of Defense stated that the operation targeted logistics hubs, military warehouses, and infrastructure supporting Ukrainian military operations. Explosions were reported in Kyiv, Lviv, Poltava, Dnipropetrovsk, Ivano-Frankivsk, and Rivne. Images circulating online showed towering columns of smoke, massive fires, and extensive structural damage. While the full extent of the strikes is still being independently assessed, one thing is clear: the Iskander-M remains one of Russia's most significant long-range strike assets, and every time it appears on the battlefield, it immediately attracts global attention. As daylight broke, the fires were still burning. Smoke continued to rise over several locations. Footage from different regions showed powerful explosions, large industrial sites engulfed in flames, and buildings suffering severe damage. Russian sources claim that logistics facilities and military warehouses were among the intended targets. Ukraine, meanwhile, reported damage across several regions while continuing to assess the overall impact. At this stage, it is not possible to independently confirm which specific weapon struck each location. However, the level of destruction seen in the aftermath illustrates why ballistic missiles, such as the Iskander, remain a major concern in modern warfare. Unlike many conventional strike systems, the Iskander-M is designed to engage high-value targets, command centers, ammunition depots, logistics hubs, and critical military infrastructure. If such targets are successfully hit, the consequences extend well beyond physical destruction. Supply routes may be disrupted, military operations can be slowed, and pressure increases across the entire battlefield. This is precisely why the Iskander continues to play such an important role in Russia's long-range strike doctrine. Modern warfare is no longer decided by numbers alone. Speed, precision, and coordination are equally important. This is where the Iskander-M stands apart. Unlike cruise missiles, which fly at relatively low altitude following the terrain, the Iskander follows a ballistic flight profile, traveling at extremely high speed, leaving defenders with very little reaction time. For air defense crews, every second counts. This explains why Russia frequently combines several different strike systems in a single operation: long-range drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. Each serves a different purpose. Drones can force air defense systems to activate. Cruise missiles approach from multiple directions, while ballistic missiles add another layer of pressure through their speed and attack profile. The objective is not simply to increase the number of incoming weapons. It is to complicate the defender's response. Military analysts have observed this pattern repeatedly throughout the conflict. It demonstrates Russia's continued emphasis on layered, coordinated strike operations. Within that strategy, the Iskander remains one of the most valuable assets available, not merely because of its speed, but because of its ability to strike strategically important targets. This latest operation highlights an important reality. Modern conflicts are increasingly defined by integrated strike capabilities. Drones, cruise missiles, electronic warfare, and ballistic missiles working together. Russia has once again demonstrated its ability to conduct complex, long-range strike operations using multiple weapon systems simultaneously. Ukraine, for its part, says it intercepted the majority of incoming threats. As with previous large-scale attacks, the overall effectiveness of the operation remains difficult to determine independently. as both sides continue to present differing accounts of the results. However, from a military technology perspective, the Iskander-M continues to command significant attention. Its speed, its operational role, and its ability to threaten strategically important targets have ensured that it remains one of the most closely watched ballistic missile systems in the conflict. Whether its battlefield impact will continue to shape future operations, or whether advancing air defense systems will increasingly limit its effectiveness, remains one of the key questions military analysts will continue to examine. Now we'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you believe the Iskander-M remains one of Russia's most effective strategic weapons, or are long-range drones beginning to play the more decisive role on today's battlefield? Share your opinion in the comments below. Let's discuss the evidence together. If you enjoy in-depth military analysis, defense technology, and objective coverage of international conflicts, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future analysis on this channel. Disclaimer: this video is produced for educational, informational, and analytical purposes only. It is based on publicly available reports, including official statements from the parties involved in the conflict. Some claims discussed have not been independently verified. Nothing in this video should be interpreted as endorsing, promoting, or justifying warfare or violence. The purpose is to examine military developments, strategy, and defense technology through a balanced and evidence-based analytical perspective.